Okay, so week 6 of 18 uh, to the nationwide Columbus, Ohio marathon going on mid October. So as that sounds, it sounds like I'm about 3 weeks or 3 months out from the marathon itself. This week was probably I kind of felt very sentimental. This is the last week where I'm running lower mileage. My last long run being in the single digits. Today I ran only 9 miles today, and the rest of the week felt more like a recovery week from the previous 12-mile week, which is kind of what I needed. Now I'm in my kitchen, and I know I said that I would do my meal prepping and planning, but unfortunately, it seems like I will be out of town and doing other things a few days out of this week for work. So I can't necessarily show you what I do on 90% of my time basis, which is of course, right when I said it, of course, that's what had to happen. I wasn't going to be able to do that for you guys or myself and just plan it out and really give a good scope for it. I'm really bad about doing pictures about it, so I wonder if I can film it, whether it'd look any better, and maybe I can edit out certain things and steps and really give that, more production value of how I'm prepping my food and whatnot. But this week, it's kind of more or less making sure the household has what it needs while I'm out, and that I'm not buying a whole week's worth of what I need when I'm going to be um, out of town for a few days here and there. So that being said, the meal prepping thing didn't happen. I wanted to do that too, and this is the bad part. But just talking about traveling while hitting the longer mile weeks, I'm happy that I'm able to travel. That the travel opportunity is coming when I have a 14-mile week. I know I have 14 miles on Sunday, which I probably will be home for, but it's still one of the longer weekends of just getting things done and everything else. So I think I'm going to have to move around a few of the days, which is fine, just to make sure that I can get the runs in. When you're sitting in a hotel room, you can at least get the cross train again, I think. But I'm a little more nervous about where I can run. Plus, everywhere in the country is like 90 degrees, and this week is a major indication that this week, oh my gosh, it was so humid. I would say actually earlier this week in the early mornings it wasn't so bad, but I could definitely feel it today on that 9 miler. I think I usually can tell about 5 miles and half of my hair is pretty sweaty. I was drenched at 5 miles. I took off my headband, and I had to wring it out before I set it in the car. It was disgusting. That was interesting. That was interesting. Also on this one, unlike last week when I did a 12-mile run and I didn't have to use a bathroom break, this one I definitely needed to use a bathroom break, and that was at about I think mile 4 is what that was at. I'm checking it now just to make sure, because I literally had to walk a mile. I could not run to save my life unless I wanted to act like a 12-year-old on the trail. So unfortunately, I did have to walk a mile and then stop. So my overall pace while stopping and everything else was a 10:30 pace, which I think is perfectly fine when you consider the fact that I had to only walk. I mean, I had to walk a mile, and I also had to use the facilities, which that was also taken into consideration. So my overall pace being 10:30 is not bad for a 9-mile run. So I'm not going to feel too bad about that. I did notice too, I did bring 12 ounces of water with me, and it was all gone by the end of it. It was so hot and so humid, and I could just feel by the way my hair was even frizzing up and getting so drenched that I needed it. So I think this time around, as opposed to last year where I really had to monitor the water, I think I'm better at monitoring my water intake and making sure that I'm getting at least 1 ounce in, 1 to 1.5 ounces in every mile. So I'm very happy about that. Very happy about that. In the meantime, I wanted to say my shoe business. I did go to the to runner's company a few years ago. Ran around their track, did the test on my feet. I apparently have a high arch, which I do need to take into consideration, which is cute and everything, and let them pay or let them sell me into $100 shoe, which came out to, this was a few years ago. These are the Mizuno Wave Rider 17s. Great shoe. I loved this. So 2 years ago, I did my half marathon in this, and this was actually great. I love these shoes. I'm still looking on Amazon to see if I can find anyone's kind of like this. So really loved it. Went on from there. In the meantime, Amazon started having their Prime stuff, and I was looking online. So, of course, I'll try to buy other things um, at your local running store where, really you're paying a higher price for things, um, mostly to have that sage advice. But unfortunately, when you're trying to watch your pennies and everything else, especially for those interim shoes, where you don't know whether you're going to do it or not, I just I'll go on. If I have any more problems with these type of shoes, I probably wouldn't let that settle. Anyway, at Dick's, I went to Dick's and found something similar to this. I was looking around to see, okay, what can I find that'll probably be on the market when. There's Kara. Say hi, Kara. Bye, Kara. Okay. I was looking for last year what would be on the market, and the Wave Runner. Oh, these are the Wave inspired tips. How this came about, and they're the most ugly shoe ever, was getting on the treadmill at Dick's, really pounding out the different types of ones, and then lo and behold, Prime Day showed up, even though it sucked last year, and I've got these puppies for like $43. That's including tax. So then I finally realized, okay, well, how it kind of goes online. If you buy the uglier colors, they're about $20 cheaper, if not more, depending on the sale that's going on. They work well with my feet. I haven't done any other tests other than I call it the baptism and blessing by my doctor when it came to foods and whatnot. So, so I did do that a bit ago. I'm very happy with what these did. I actually ran my last year's marathon in these, and the doctor found no problems with them. I did have an insert just now gone. I took that out. It's time to update the insert in these if I'm going to go run around and everything. So, in the meantime, I did buy the new shoes again, and like I said last week, I ran all 12 miles in these things without my Dr. Scholl's insert, which I have in now. A much better run in that state. However, I did have to go. Thank you. I did have to go and get. I kind of felt a little kind of out of it after I had to do the stop. I really didn't think that I'd have to use the facilities, but after you have to do a stop and you've walked for a mile, it kind of did take something out of me on that one. But I definitely can say my feet felt so much better, drastically different from last week. So I'm very happy about that one. And I'm very happy I don't feel as bad about buying these shoes. These are my other Prime Day shoes. So I'm very happy that that is all said and done. In the meantime, next week, like I said, I do have my 14-mile run, which I'm really worried about. I'm hoping that that goes okay, and I'm hoping that the midweek runs are going to be fine. It's kind of funny because today I ran 9 miles, but tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but Tuesday or Wednesday, I will have to be doing 7 miles, and that's my midweek run. So I'm a little nervous about that one. So she's trying to get a pen. She wants to be on here. But in the meantime, that's kind of my shoe run. It's nothing too explicit. I think as long as the doctor says that it's okay, you don't need to get too pent up on it. If you are having problems, look into it. I really don't feel like I have much of a problem with my shoes and how they really work. do have any more problems with them, of course, they're the first things that I'm probably going to bring up with the doctor on it, and I have, at least last year when I was injured, and there was no issue with that. Although I am a little rough on my shoes and go through them like candy. But I'm also, always looking out for the best deal. I can't sit here and justify spending $120 every 2 months on shoes. So that's how that has to go right now for me. And as long as I can find a modestly priced $40 to $80 pair with insoles in them for every other month or up to 4 months, I think that that's fine. If you have any other suggestions on how to find deals on shoes, anything like that, let me know. Also, tips on traveling, where I should eat, what I should do when trying to make sure that I'm getting the right calories and whatnot while I'm out on the roadish a few days a week and uncertain about where I can eat. Also, there probably will be some entertaining, probably eating at crappier restaurants. It's easy to get the calories in, but just to make sure that I'm having the right calories, especially after a back week of 9 miles, and now I'm going up to 14 miles. So my overall mileage is going up in that realm. Any advice that anybody has, please let me know. But either way, thanks for watching. I'm so happy I can get this done and out there before I have to worry about it next week. And let me know what else you'd want to see in the next few weeks. The fun stuff is just starting to happen. The real marathon training is just going to happen. So have a great day. Bye.